Welcome to your Daily Revolution podcast. Today's topic, what type of summer will you have? Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Let's go! This is your Daily Revolution. Living prosperity, we show you how to do it. There's no luck about it, we got the strategic blueprint.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hope you're having an amazing day today. I'm going to dive right into this podcast. I'm here in beautiful Utah. Here to see my parents, cousins, aunties, uncles. We got sports camps, summer youth camps, all kinds of camps going on. And listen, before the summer started, I looked at my sons and we had this real talk because I know that we're going to be out of our comfort zone of home and we're going to be in a different place. Obviously, Utah's like second home for us. And I said, boys, like it really, we call it the voice, impressed upon me the importance of this summer for our family. And I looked at my sons and said, hey, what type of summer do you want to have? And of course, they're like, oh, I want to have fun. I want to get in the best shape of my life. And I said, boys, and it was so serious. I said, you have an opportunity this summer to either have the greatest summer of your life where you grow spiritually and you get in the best shape of your life and we prepare for football and for soccer and you prepare your hearts and spirits to draw closer to the Lord. And we learn about money and we save money and invest money, or we can have a summer that's just the regular summer where we stay up super late, pull all-nighters, get fat, get out of shape, have a lot of regret. Just, kind of what a lot of people do. And of course, my sons look at me and they're like, oh, I want to be in the best shape of my life, Dad. I'm like, great. Then I looked at each one of them in the eye. I got a 15-year-old, a 12-year-old, and a 9-year-old. And I said, boys, it's up to you. Like you have the power to make this summer the greatest summer of your life. And I promise Mom and Dad, we're going to help you to do that. So this morning, I'm going to hit my workout because I've tried to work out with my sons. It doesn't work because I'm coaching them up and they argue and they don't want to coach. They don't want to hear anyone coach them except their dad. So I'm going to get my workout in. I'm going to go home. I've already been on a spiritual call this morning with one of the groups that's a kind of a nationwide spiritual call. And my wife actually is part of that group. And it's been amazing to listen to these people share their testimonies of Jesus. I've already done some, what I call a daily focus. And I'm going to go get my workout in. Then I'm going to go home. I'm going to bring my boys to the gym. Then I got some work to do. Then I'm going to take them to the field. We're going to hit 2 workouts, right, every day. We'll study the word at night. But why am I sharing this with you guys? Why is this so important? Because my sons made up their minds. Like they decided. They made the decision. I made sure they were clear. Are you sure you want this summer to be like this? And they said, yes, Dad. And I said, boys, I want you to visualize. You just picture when we come home back to Florida, how you're going to look, how you're going to feel, not just physically, but mentally and emotionally and spiritually, and like how much confidence you're going to have. They're like, yeah, Dad, that's what I want. I'm like, great. And you can count on Daddy to get that done for you. Now, what's the lesson here? Right? You get to decide the type of summer that you have. Principle number 4 in the 13 principles is clarity is power. The art of being clear. Even the science of being clear about what it is that you want. And most people are not clear about the summer that they want. They're just going about with no goals, with no direction, with no targets, with no outcomes. They're just going to go through the summer and look, I believe 100% you ought to have a great time. You ought to have fun. But it's summertime and I'm still grinding. I'm still working and I'm having a great time seeing my family. I'm going to get in better shape. But that's the lesson here. It's like, are you clear about what you want for your life? Now, how do you make this summer the best? Listen, we've got, I think, 9 weeks. We're down 1 week. We got 9 more weeks before school starts. It might actually be 10 weeks. We start in the middle of August. And you gotta decide, my friends, like what type of summer am I going to have? And the way you start that is principle 4 in the 13 principles is clarity is power. Principle 6 is ask and receive. Start to ask some powerful questions. And again, I want you to understand that you have the power to shape and to forge the summer. You have the power to shape and forge your life. And the best way to forge your life is to forge this summer. And the best way to forge the summer, right, is to ask the questions. What do I want? How do I want to feel? How do I want to look? What am I willing to do to go get it? And people will sometimes say, Setema, especially people close to me, what drives you to do the podcast and do the immersion and to do your events? And what drives you to do all these things? And I will often tell them, look, I'm clear that at the end of this summer and at the end of the year and at the end of my life, I do not want to have a life of regret. I do not want to have a life where I was in quiet desperation, wondering what could I have done more? What might have been had I done this? And so I just go at it. I ask the questions, and I'll tell you right now, for me in my summer, I've got a book that I've got to finish up in the next 30 days, part of my season. I live in what's called a season. Right? Season is like a 90-day or 12-week, and I'm clear that this book will be done. I'm going to come home 10 pounds lighter. Like I will be 10 pounds lighter, maybe even 15 pounds lighter. I'm going to run a 10K here coming up. I'm lifting every day like nothing's changed physically. I've actually cleaned up my eating. I'm down, golly, probably 12 pounds over the last little bit. I'm studying the word daily. Like I want to feel powerful. I want to be sure and certain. I want to be closer to my sons. And the way I'm going to measure that is, again, I'm training them every day. Every day. I'm still going to date my wife every week. I'm going to visit my mom and dad every week. I've got a number of speaking gigs, right? I've got 3 big speaking gigs over the next month where I've got to travel to Las Vegas, to Arizona, then to Southern Utah. And I love it. I'm clear that there's a couple books that I brought. One of the gals who came through immersion, incredible CEO. She actually lives here in Utah. She gave me a book. So I'm going to read that book. I've got another book that I'm reading. I've got 3 books that I brought with me that I'm going to knock out by the time I get home. I want to finish reading the Book of Mormon, which is a volume of scripture that we read in our church. And again, there's a few other things that are very private, personal. And the question for you is, what type of summer are you going to have? You have to have direction every day. You have to be open every day. You got to create those early morning hours to give you power in the morning. I love in ancient scriptures where, Moses would climb to the tops of the mountains and these prophets and these people would go to the tops of the mountains. That's where they would talk with God. Like there was something sacred about the tops of the mountains. And what if you did that every morning where you had a top of the mountain experience, where you took time, personal time to reset and to recalibrate and to start the day on fire, start the day winning? I can promise you this with all my heart and with all my soul. If you will get clear about the type of summer that you want, if you will get clear about the type of life you want to live, if you will get clear about the type of marriage and the type of body you want to have, if you will get clear about the type of legacy you're going to leave whenever that time comes where you pass away, you go get clear and then you commit to that, incredible things are going to happen. You commit to it, incredible things begin to move into your life. Like power will begin to flow into your life just by getting clear and committing. And it's incredible because commitment means doing what's required, doing what you said you would do, acting in spite of thoughts, feelings, emotions, and moods. Let me say that one more time. Commitment, 3-pronged definition. Doing what's required. It's not about doing your best. Doing your best is for kids. Doing what you said you would do. Actually, if you say you're going to get up and go to the gym, you get up and go to the gym. If you say you're going to cut these things out of your diet, you cut it out. If you say you're going to pray and meditate, you pray and meditate. If you say you're going to do whatever it is you're going to do, you do it. Then, of course, acting in spite of thoughts, feelings, emotions, and moods. My friends, I promise, if you'll do those things, I promise, if you'll get clear and get committed, you will witness and you will notice this divine hand coming into your life. Because anytime we strive to get better, anytime we want to be I want to have a better summer, I want to have a better week, I want to produce results that matter, there's a power, there's an unseen force, the universe conspires to help you. And for me, right, that universe, God, the force of good, it comes into your life. So you go decide what kind of summer you're going to have and you make it happen. And in about 10 weeks when the summer's done, I'm hoping to hear from some of you where you say, hey, Setema, I wrote a book. I launched a podcast. Setema, I took a trip with my kids. Setema, I'm closer to my spouse. Setema, whatever you do, I'm in the best shape of my life. You go decide that. Because if you don't decide it by default, you're going to get what the default brings, which is just a life of mediocrity, a life of average, and the life that really the universe delivers to you if you aren't clear and committed. Now, if this is helpful for you, my friends, I invite you to check out our groups. Go to my site, setemagali.com. We got the Huddle. We've got Circle of Champions. We've got Stage Speaking Bootcamp. We've got Certified Master Coach. We have all kinds of coaching to help you build your greatest life, to architect a life where you're so happy and you're so proud, because it's the life that you are building with intention and deliberately. Have a great day, my friends. I'm off to the gym.
Let's go! This is your daily revolution. Living prosperity, we show you how to do it. There's no luck about it, we got the strategic blueprint. This is your daily revolution. You already know. And if you don't, then check my resume. Turning pressure into possibilities every day. Y'all can win and live our unique purpose. We change our mindsets and put the work in. This is your daily revolution. Daily revolution. Revolution. Your daily revolution podcast.